chosen ones. They excluded you, saw you as different, because you saw what they couldn't see. You are different, and this is your greatest strength that sets you apart. But I have good news for you. You don't have to expect everyone to understand you. Because God has consciously given you this task, the struggles you endure on this path were not in vain. Remember, watching this video here is not a coincidence. A very important message is about to be conveyed to you. From now on, stop hiding your differences, because they are the elements that make you unique and strong. Acting according to others' expectations will only lead you to disappointment. You are not here to gain everyone's approval. You are here to live freely and courageously by staying true to yourself. Many people have let themselves be enveloped by fake worlds. They cling tightly to the crowd around them because they don't have truly strong bonds, avoiding solitude because they fear being alone, and fleeing from silence. Their dialogues lack depth, and their relationships are superficial. They prefer to be with people who won't help them grow or push their boundaries because it's less effort. Their lives are filled with constant, meaningless conversations that keep them trapped without realizing it. These people don't care about the true intentions of those around them, as long as the noise continues and distracts them from their inner emptiness. They are not as deep and wise as you, and they will never watch this video. Even if they do, they won't understand. Now, to activate your energy, write 77 in the comments and let's continue. Constant busyness in our modern world often serves as a distraction, a shield to cover up an inner emptiness and a gnawing dissatisfaction. We fill our calendars, chase after accomplishments, and occupy ourselves with endless tasks, all in an attempt to avoid the deeper questions that stir quietly within us. Facing those questions requires courage, but it is easier to seek out fleeting distractions and fake securities than to confront the challenges that truly matter. The stillness of silence, the clarity of solitude, these are rare gifts that many fear. Yet it is in those very moments that we have the opportunity to meet ourselves honestly, to explore the depths of our own being, and to cultivate an intimate understanding of who we truly are. But for those who continually live in the clamor of crowds, this confrontation is something to be avoided at all costs. They choose to fill the void with temporary pleasures and hollow pursuits, chasing after shallow thrills and surface-level relationships. These distractions may provide momentary satisfaction, but they fail to nourish the soul. Over time, this superficiality becomes a habit, ingrained so deeply that it slowly erodes their connection to their own true self. As the years pass, this alienation grows, away from their inner voice, away from meaningful purpose, away from the deeper currents of life that could truly enrich them. Without pausing to reflect, to search inward, they wander through life like travelers without a map, chasing only what's immediately in front of them. The tragedy is that, in doing so, they sacrifice the richness of their inner world for the sake of external distractions. They forget that life's most profound experiences come not from constant movement, but from quiet moments of stillness, where we confront our vulnerabilities, acknowledge our fears, and rediscover what it means to live with intention. Without this inner awareness, without truly understanding who they are at their core, they are driven not by a sense of purpose or vision, but by the instinct to simply survive. And in this endless cycle of doing rather than being, they risk wasting the very life they were meant to live, lost in the noise of a world that celebrates speed over depth, busyness over meaning, and distraction over discovery. You notice the emptiness behind their fake smiles and refuse to fall for this illusion. You choose tranquility over noise because there you find the whispers of your inner knowledge. Instead of staying in an environment where people don't understand you, you choose to walk on a desolate and rugged path. Even though obstacles appear with every step, you know inside your solitude is a refuge, not isolation. You don't compromise yourself to fit in, nor do you diminish your true self. Rather than bending to the expectations of those who don't value you, you move forward with your own truths, even if you are alone. While others cling to lies, you aren't afraid to pass through shadows because you know that those who are truly meant to be by your side will find you. You are not understood because most people don't have the awareness to grasp your depth. They look at your surface and believe they have solved your entire essence. To them, you are like an equation they cannot solve. Therefore, they judge you without understanding, basing their judgments on appearances. They confuse your calmness with coldness and your self-confidence with arrogance. When you stand firm, they distance themselves from you. When you defend your truth, they think you have a hidden agenda. People are alert against things they don't understand because it pushes the boundaries of the world they think they know. Like a bright light, you push the limits of their habits, and this unsettles them. They prefer to stay behind. They will immediately label you because naming what they fear makes them think they can control it. Your energy is unfamiliar to them. Lack of understanding is a tool they use to build their own walls of judgment instead of accepting what they don't know. Instead of the courage to discover your identity, they prefer to limit you with simple cliches. When they try to define you with these simple labels, they are actually protecting themselves, because facing the unknown requires courage and depth, which not everyone can find. People prefer to simplify the complexity in front of them to protect their inner peace. Thus, they feel more secure by believing they have control, by putting you into boxes. However, these superficial judgments deepen their actual fears and inner emptiness. Being alert against the unknown makes them closed to change and stagnant. But you don't care about these limitations because you are in search of understanding beyond the boundaries. Your bright light, although it unsettles them, can also lead them to a new level of awareness. Your presence disrupts their conventional patterns, and thus misunderstanding or trying to box you is a defense mechanism. However, those who pursue the truth look beyond these simple judgments and make an effort to understand who you really are. True courage lies in discovering this depth. You silently carry the storms that are not visible to others. Even though you may appear calm on the surface, your inner strength is continuously developing. They cannot understand that you do not conform to their patterns or refuse to play fake roles. They feel uncomfortable because they have to watch you progress without waiting for their approval. While they hold tightly to narrow-minded safety zones, you move forward by breaking free from their judgments, independent and free. You do not expect others to understand you because the path set for you has a route beyond what they know. God's direction for you does not follow the ordinary rules of this world. Being alone on this path often feels like being excluded, but this separation is not a distancing. It's a process that strengthens and matures you. Your solitude sharpens your soul and is a transformation process that prepares you for God's plan. You are not forgotten. The moment destined for you has long been planned and will come to life unexpectedly when it arrives. The essence of who you are will reveal itself in the eyes of those who do not understand you, shattering their prejudices. Those who once dismissed you will have to face the truth. They cannot prevent the secrets they hide from coming to light. The same people who once ignored you will have to accept the reality illuminated by God. Their words once threats, will become empty echoes that lose their meaning because they realize they can never rule your destiny. You have been called to a special journey that only a few can understand. This solitude is not a burden, but part of a profound responsibility. You are being prepared to serve a purpose far greater than temporary admiration from others. You are being shaped in silence. God is preparing your path. While others pursue temporary praise and short-term gains, you are preparing for something much deeper and more lasting. When the time comes, you will not have to explain yourself. The truth will rise around you like a wave. It cannot be suppressed or ignored. Everything that was once hidden will clearly emerge, and those who cannot understand you will have no choice but to accept your truth. You feel your criticisms wave after wave, harsh and ruthless. People judge you without knowing you, making false assumptions from the comfort of their ignorance. By distorting your actions and twisting your words, they try to fit you into fake narratives created by their narrow minds. Instead of confronting their own chaos, they cling to their simple assumptions because it's less effort. These voices speak as if they have a say over you. However, they are actually speaking from their fears and weaknesses, not directly. They are too far from understanding the deep motivations that drive you inwardly. Many critics hide under the guise of truth. They present themselves on a divine path with actions adorned with supposed honesty, but have accumulated arrogance and envy inside. They talk about mercy, but pass judgment. They wear a mask of innocence, but actually offer harsh criticisms. They hurry to point out faults, but hesitate to confront their own shortcomings. They ask for plenty of grace for themselves, but never extend this grace to others. Their words are harsh, but empty, like leafless branches blown by the storm. Their presence is non-existent, yet they aim to cause pain. This hypocrisy only reveals their own weaknesses. You are visible in the eyes of God. He sees the truth that others refuse to accept. You stand strong not because you are flawless, but because your soul is fully open to its true owner. While people spread lies and build stories with slanders, God knows the sincerity within your heart. Words cannot shake the truth deeply ingrained in your soul. Ultimately, efforts to destroy you are as futile as trying to stop a drop in the sea. Judgments hold no significance in the eyes of God, who knows your heart completely. You deviate from the path everyone takes because you were created to be original. You walk a path shaped by your own will, hardened with obstacles that others avoid. While communities come together for security, you have learned to stand firm with your inner resilience. The determination you find within yourself comes from a depth that others dare not seek. Solitude does not bring you fear, but clarity and vision. There, you find a meaning that others can never reach. Your strength comes from your own essence without needing external approval, and it deepens further. As you walk this path, you do not seek external support or appreciation because the true power you possess comes from within. Away from the chaos of the outside world and the voices seeking approval, you have a steadfast determination that does not waver even in solitude. While loneliness may seem frightening and empty to many, for you it is a place filled with meaning and depth. There, you recognize your true self and become stronger. Voices that try to distract you from your path, pressures or societal expectations, you stand firm because your path is based not on the outside, but on your inner world. How others look at you or evaluate you means nothing to you. You are busy understanding yourself and finding your place in this world. You have built your own truths, values, and beliefs. The challenges that everyone else avoids are opportunities and trials for you. These challenges shape your character further and help you grow. Your uniqueness may seem like you do not understand others' quest for security. The security circles that societies build to stay together may feel like chains to you because freedom and individual journey are much more valuable to you. You know the meaning of standing on your own feet. While others seek safe harbors, you are not afraid to face storms because those storms make you stronger. Walking this path may mean not being understood by others, but this does not discourage you, because your path is one you have determined, not theirs. Your strength is a power that does not need others' acceptance. This inner strength always drives you forward, directing you to live your truth. Even if you have to walk alone on this journey, that solitude becomes your most loyal friend. You can see your vision more clearly and find the deep meaning life offers you. You possess a power that others find difficult to understand. They become uneasy because they cannot decipher the depth of your existence. You emit an energy that doesn't conform to the social patterns that limit themselves. Your purpose is not to create fear, but your presence challenges their ordinariness. Your inner strength reflects a confidence and clarity that others lack. Therefore, they whisper, avoid your glances, because facing you forces them to recognize their own shortcomings. Criticisms directed at you are rarely voiced with courage because they know they are not strong enough to confront you directly. The silent but determined stance within you carries a resolve that does not yield to gossip or attacks. They stay away because confronting you would reveal their own weaknesses. Meanwhile, you proceed silently and confidently, becoming more determined and unshakable with every step. Their difficulty in understanding you is a sign of your originality and strength. Solitude is not a deficiency for you. On the contrary, it accentuates your strength. While many try to hide their shortcomings by relying on others, you have chosen to stand firmly on your own feet. The support that carries you is not from the crowd, but from your inner resilience. You are one of the rare people who do not fear being alone. You have turned that solitude into a skill and have strengthened yourself with this ability. Independent people are both admired and shunned because they possess the strength to sustain their presence without relying on the supports others cling to. Your presence is a reminder that disrupts the patterns others hold tightly. You are a symbol that awakens the fear created by uncontrolled things, showing them how narrow their boundaries are. You are someone who stands with your own strength, not needing external approvals. You rely on your own inner vision, not the eyes of society. Without needing anyone to notice, the weight of your presence is felt everywhere. Others' judgments and criticisms cannot create even the slightest impact on the path you have chosen. Their words are fleeting while you move forward with deep-rooted determination. No obstacle on your path can be permanent. Their impositions are just a brief echo compared to the great goal that lies ahead. Your journey is heading towards a peak that only you can understand. You are an unbreakable, unshakable force that advances by adhering solely to your own compass. Words cannot divert you. No weakness can stop you. You walk alone with determination because you are advancing towards places that only minorities can reach, with invincibility and a power unaffected by shadows. As you progress determinedly on your path, the sounds around you are just a hum. Others, stuck in their narrow viewpoints, spew their opinions, but these words hold no significance for you. When they speak, what they say reflects more about their own shortcomings and fears. These voices, filled with empty words, are not there to reach you, but to soothe their own discomfort. Their opinions are weak enough not to harm you because you neither demanded them nor need them. You are not in search of approval or appreciation. Such superficial things are temporary and do not align with your true value. While others gather their truths, you are looking towards a different horizon. Your worth cannot be determined by their shallow judgments, and this is never open to debate. The criticisms around you are like a veil of mist that quickly dissipates and disappears before your eyes. Your missions draw strength from a deeper and more lasting source beyond temporary applause. The task imprinted on your life is endowed with a meaning that surpasses human measures, and external voices are ineffective beside this great calling. What they say cannot stop the movement you have already started. While others criticize you and debate your worth, you walk forward unaffected. Their limited perspectives cannot reach you. They don't have to understand your steps and goals. The purpose burning within you cannot be stained by external judgments. You are heading towards a target that has surpassed their comprehension. And even if they try to pull you into their narrow domains, these attempts are in vain. You are moving forward with an invisible force, and this force's path is beyond human sight. You continue to advance steadfastly on your own path while others expend their energies judging others. They avoid looking at their own lives, thinking it's easier to criticize something they don't understand. Sabotaging their own progress, they busy themselves with questioning others' actions. Instead of facing the truths, they target others to hide their own shortcomings. These criticisms hinder their own development. In fact, if they spent their energy improving themselves instead of judging others, they could progress much further. However, by avoiding inner work and spending time on gossip and accusations, they neglect their own lives. Meanwhile, you proceed without paying attention to this noise. As they escape their own shortcomings, the words they direct at you are merely their escape from their own problems. Criticizing you is a mask they use to cover their fears and failures. However, these efforts only reveal their own weaknesses and waste their energy. You may accept others' criticisms as reflections. They need to see the power they can develop within themselves by looking at you. However, instead of turning inward and taking this opportunity, they do not understand that criticism is a futile effort and remain trapped in the grip of their own flaws. Meanwhile, you continue to advance unshakably. You are experiencing a rise that everyone cannot easily grasp. Breaking the chains of fear, doubt, and the confines of ordinariness that have persisted through generations, you break free from these patterns. You reject the boundaries of the past. While others accept defeat on paths, you take steps that no one has dared before. These challenges do not stop you. Instead, they become driving forces pushing you further. Each step you take leaves behind obstacles that others deemed insurmountable, surpassing horizons they thought were limited. Every movement you make opens an innovative path and sets an example for those who will watch and learn from you. You continue to advance decisively without paying attention to others' gossip and false accusations. Their words are like a light mist. A touch can disperse them, and they are insignificant compared to the greatness of the path you are on. They recognize your inner strength, and this strength reveals their own fragility, causing them to fear. While they chase superficial interests and fake appreciation, you walk in silence. The echo of your actions is much stronger than the spreading rumors. Your success is inevitable because it is fueled by a mission greater than humans. Only one power is valid, and this power is beyond human intellect. No obstacle, false accusation, or hostility can stop you. Your path is not drawn according to worldly expectations. You progress according to a higher order. Those who try to stop you are ineffective on this path. They may whisper, make plans, but these efforts are in vain. Your successes have long been inscribed in your destiny, and no slander can change this destiny. You continue to rise. The sounds around you do not affect you, because you know whose hands hold your destiny. This rise is inevitable and unstoppable. Your critics are stuck on your most visible aspects, wasting their time with simple thoughts, like birds fishing in shallow waters. They feel safe on the surface because they lack the capacity to understand what lies in depth. Their attention is on the outside, your appearance, decisions, achievements. However, they cannot perceive the inner strength and meaning that drive you. Their shallow assessments stem from their inability to grasp your true purpose. The real value you add to the world escapes their eyes because they only look outward and do not see the true depth of your essence. As you advance with deeply rooted strength, external voices are ineffective for you. You walk with a purpose shaped by wisdom and unshakable determination from tough struggles. Your value cannot be measured by temporary trends or superficial successes. What you offer is much more lasting and meaningful. They cannot perceive the depth you carry because they have confined themselves by focusing only on simple, quickly consumed, and rapidly appreciated things. The reason they cannot see your real strength is their shallow perspectives. Attempts to destroy you actually reveal their own weaknesses and waste their energy. While their energy decreases, your purpose strengthens and resonates. While they are trapped in their own shadows, you continue to advance resolutely. You were not created for the patterns others try to confine you into. Your strength comes from being different, surpassing expectations, and walking a path that only you can walk. Not everyone may understand the depth and power you carry. This is quite natural. You have surpassed the boundaries of those who misunderstand you because they lack the ability to see your true potential and identity. Their judgments are completely invalid against the greater plan that guides your life. Embrace your uniqueness entirely, because this uniqueness is the trait that makes you strong and privileged. In an environment where the world expects conformity and obedience, your determination to resist is a sign of your true power. You are progressing with a vision that those lost in ordinariness cannot comprehend. The more you stay true to your own originality, the stronger you become. Without getting caught up in others' opinions, continue to shine with your own light. You had to walk alone because not everyone can walk the same path as you. This solitude has made you stronger and more resilient. Listen to my final words. You are chosen ones. Come to yourself. You did not come this far in vain, and you did not watch this video to the end in vain. We also have a mission to remind the chosen ones of themselves, but we have no financial support for this. You can support us by clicking the Super Thanks button below.